video. I feel like it's been forever since my last video, and I apologize. It's probably only been like a week, but I try and upload twice a week, so I'm sorry it's been a little while. I've been pretty busy, but I wanted to come on today and do a 50 facts about me video. Gets kind of personal, gets funny, gets weird, so I hope you like it. And if you do like the video, please hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. I try and upload twice a week, like I said. And then this Friday will be another cash envelope stuffing video, which I know you guys love. So definitely check back on my channel this weekend for that video. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post there all about when I'm posting videos. If I'm doing like a video that requires your guys' input, I ask for your input on Instagram. So make sure to follow me on Instagram to participate in all that good stuff. So without any further ado, let's get into the facts about me. Sorry I'm sitting on the floor today. I just felt like it, you know? So hopefully you guys like the change of view. So I have all my little facts written down here, and I'm going to try not to like look down too much. But so number 1, I'm 24 years old. Number 2, I am 5'11", really tall. My boyfriend is 6'5", and like his whole family is like 6 foot and higher and taller. So I'm kind of like a shrimp in their family, and I freaking love it. I am the middle child. I have 1 older brother, 1 younger brother. There's a 2.5-year gap between me and my older brother, and a 10-year gap between me and my younger brother. So I was the only girl in like my whole family for like 11.5 years. So I definitely grew up with a lot of boys. Number 4, when I was younger, I was that girl, the weird girl that you guys all know, that like pretended to be a horse and a dog. Pretty much those two, horse and a dog. It kind of depended on the day which one I was pretending to be. But I remember like being a 5-year-old like cheerleader, and while everyone else was like learning how to do like cartwheels and stuff, I was pretending to eat grass because I wanted to be a horse. So I was that girl. Number 5, almost all of the furniture in my room, this is not my room, you guys, this is just a room that I use to film, but all the furniture that's in my room, almost all of it, is furniture that I have made. I have power tools, I have like a workspace in the garage here that I use to make wood products that I use to make like furniture and things like that. So maybe one of these days I will post on Instagram like a picture of my headboard that I made, a desk that I made, a nightstand that I made. A nightstand that I made. I refinished a nightstand from IKEA. Maybe I'll show you guys that stuff too. I want to do a room tour for sure, but I'm in the middle of like trying to redo my room, so I'll probably wait until after. But I plan on making a bed frame for a new bed that I want to get, and possibly a new like end table or nightstand type of thing. So I will show you guys that stuff in a video for sure. Number 6, I have had 4 concussions, and I think all of them, no, half of them have been from riding horses. The other ones were from like falling headfirst off of swings and running headfirst into a pillar. So a little clumsy, but yeah, I've had 4 concussions. Number 7, when I was 21, I got engaged. Fun fact. Obviously it didn't work out, but yeah, that relationship just wasn't meant to be, and it definitely was a good thing that it ended, and I am a bazillion times happier in my current relationship. But I think my ex... I shouldn't talk about that. Anyways, yes, new relationship, upgrade. But you know, I'm past the point of hating the ex. I just wish him the best. Number 8, I've had my license for 7 years, my driver's license, and I've had 6 cars during those 7 years. And I did not wreck a single one of them. I just go through cars quickly. That brings me to number 9. I have never been in an accident more serious than an accident I got in this year, which was I was parked or stopped. My car was in drive, but it was stopped. And some lady backed into my car at like 5 miles per hour. But I was really sad because I had my car for like a couple months and I had to take it into the shop and get it repaired, so I was really sad. But yeah, that was the most serious car accident I've ever been in, or fender bender, but knock on wood. Number 10, I don't know if any of you guys are like this, but I have at least 3 different styles of handwriting that I like switch between. Like I have different fonts, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I have like an all caps, a lowercase print, and then like a cursive type writing. So fun fact. Number 11, I was formerly debt-free, and if you guys have seen my debt-free journey video, you guys know the whole story, but yeah, I used to be debt-free and then I was dumb and went back into debt, so here we are. Number 12, I've only traveled internationally once. I don't count Mexico, sorry Mexico, but I went to Thailand last September, and I was there for 12 days and I spent right around like $1,500. Thailand is a really good option if you want to go somewhere beautiful, relatively safe, great food for cheap. So highly recommend Thailand. I went to Phuket more specifically, not Bangkok. Number 13, I almost went to college out of state. I almost went to NAU, Northern Arizona University, when I was like 18. But then I, because of a boy, decided to stay here. And that was a good decision financially. I had no idea what I wanted to do, so I probably would have gotten some degree in something dumb and then regretted it. But it was a bad decision because that relationship was awful. But that's a fun fact. I almost went. Almost. Number 14, I got the Pell Grant for the couple of years that I was in community college before now. Which if you guys don't know what the Pell Grant is, it's like the maximum amount of aid you can get from the government. It's essentially just like money given to you. You don't have to repay it. And I got that and I completely wasted it. I didn't waste it. I mean, I didn't have to pay for tuition or anything like that. But if I would have done what I'm doing now and just gone to a nursing program, I would have been completely taken care of with my schooling. And I would be a nurse. But it's okay. Hindsight's 20/20. Number 15, when I was younger, still kind of obsessed, but more so when I was like a teenager, I was completely obsessed with horses, and my family, we are self-employed, and so when like the recession was going on, I was high school age, and so I would work in exchange for horseback riding lessons, and even to one time I was working in exchange for like half leasing a horse, which means I got to ride it like 2 or 3 times a week for free. All I had to do was work, and you know, that paid for that. So that's a really great option if anyone is into that sport and doesn't have a lot of money. Work in exchange for lessons. Also, it goes along with the horse obsession. I would make like itemized lists all the time about like what I would need to get a horse, like every single supply I would need, the cost breakdown, and then like a monthly expense sheet, and like it was wild. Like that was, I've always been a list maker and a budgeter and like a numbers nerd, so that's kind of where it all started. Number 16, when I was in high school, I think like sophomore or junior year, my mom let me paint quotes like all around the walls in my room, which I thought was so cool. I didn't think she was gonna let me do it, but she was like, yeah, whatever. So I painted quotes all over the place, and it really helped like express myself as a young adult. So I painted over it a couple years later, but that was just something really cool that mom let me do. Number 17, I had never been on an airplane until I was 18 years old, and that was to go to where that college is in Flagstaff to tour the college. But that was my first time ever on an airplane, and I loved it. Number 18, I almost moved to Texas last year, but I didn't. I love Texas. I would totally move there, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, I was really close to moving to Texas, and that just didn't work out. And it would have been specifically like the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which I really like that place. Number 19, when I was like a sophomore in high school, I convinced my mom to let me dye my hair, and I wanted to dye it red, and I got some box dye from Walmart, and my hair turned out pink, so that was really cool. It just reminds me of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, where he's like, honey, you missed Auburn big time. That was my life. I cried. and I begged my mom not to make me go to school the next day, and we went and got it fixed. It was another regrettable hair decision after that. Number 20, I am completely obsessed with tiny houses and renovated campers. Earlier this year, my plan was to like buy a camper, renovate it, and live in that. But my plan has changed a little bit. Now that I want to go back to school, the money that would be used to buy the camper needs to go towards saving up for school and whatnot. So still a possibility in the future, I'm not really sure, but that was definitely my plan. Like January was, okay, I'm buying a camper, I'm making it super cute inside, and I'm gonna live in it for a little while. So I just love following Instagram pages of people that renovate campers or people that live in tiny houses. I'm so obsessed. Number 21, like many women my age, I'm obsessed with Chip and Joanna Gaines and Fixer Upper, and just everything about that show is amazing, and I can't wait to like have a house to decorate myself. Number 22, I have celiac disease, which if you don't know what that is, it is an autoimmune disease where your body attacks itself if you eat gluten. So that's something I have. I was diagnosed December of 2015, right after the holidays. It was like New Year's Eve or something like that, or the day before New Year's Eve. So that was an exciting change in my life. Okay, so number 23. Celiac disease one kind of brings me to number 23. This one's throwing a little bit of shade, but I don't care. I used to work for a medical facility, and the manager at that facility literally told me once that gluten-free is not a thing. And I was like, you're a medical professional? So that was fun. Number 24, when I was 18, I got to see Dierks Bentley front row, and I got to play his guitar. It was the coolest thing that I've ever done my whole entire life. Like, I got to strum his guitar as his hand was holding my hand, and I still have the guitar pick that was in his mouth that he put in my hand, by the way. Still have never washed his hand. Just kidding. Number 25, for a really long time, my goal in life was to be a wedding photographer. I still love photography. I love weddings. I love photographing weddings. It's just not really my dream at this point, but that would have been amazing. And I photographed a couple of weddings in my day, and it's always a really great time. Number 26, I have 4 tattoos. At one point, I had 10 piercings, and now I have 7. So, fun fact, I had to look at the paper to remind me how many piercings I had because I can't remember. Number 27, this started as a joke, but I got one of my piercings funded on GoFundMe, and I literally thought nothing would happen, but it got completely funded in 12 minutes. So that was fun. Number 28, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I have this thing where if I smell a certain scent, sometimes it'll take me back to a specific place and a specific time, and it's just such a vivid memory just because of a smell. A certain flavor, a certain scent of Febreze reminds me of someone's house that I used to play Nancy Drew games at when I was 12. It's so weird, but it's really, really, really vivid, which makes it different than oh, when I smell brownies it reminds me of my grandma's house. No, it's vivid. Number 29, my all-time favorite TV show is Veronica Mars. It's with Kristen Bell. It's from the early 2008 to 2010, I think. I don't really know. I watched it when it was off of air, but I absolutely love that series, and it's about a young girl that's a private investigator, basically, so I really love that show. Number 30, I have 2 hairless cats, and we used to have 3. The first one was a stray. She literally walked in our backyard and started meowing at the back door, and I thought to myself, what the heck is this hideous monster? Let's let it in the house. And then the second one, we got her for Christmas. She was the runt of a litter, and they had them for way too long, so they were super discounted, which if you guys know anything about hairless cats, they're expensive. Regular cats, they're basically free, but hairless cats, no. hundreds of dollars. Anyways, the third one, which we do not have anymore, when I worked at a vet supply store nearby, someone knew me as like the girl that has the hairless cats, and she wanted to get rid of hers because her kids kept letting it outside or something, and she lived out in the country and was afraid that coyotes were going to get it, so she gave it to me. And then we, after a couple months, our cats were not getting along at all with this new cat, and she was pretty unhappy and like peeing places, so we gave her to my brother's girlfriend at the time, who is now an ex-girlfriend, but she still has the cat and loves her with every ounce of her being. Number 31, at least half of my wardrobe is thrifted, and I love it. I love thrift stores. I love getting things for cheap that are super, super cute, and I'm definitely going to do like a favorite thrifted items video and a thrift haul and all that good stuff for you guys in the future. I just need to pile up some money so I can go to the thrift store and buy some stuff for you. Number 32, a lot of you guys already know this, but I am going back to school. School for me starts next Tuesday, and this is after taking 3 years off of school. And actually I went to school this last semester in the summer, but my first like official regular term semester is coming up next week. First semester back in 3 years, so wish me luck. That brings me to number 33. I'm going to school for my ADN, which is my associate's degree in nursing, and then after I finish that, I will move on to a BSN bridge program to finish my bachelor's. And I am super, super nervous and super, super excited, but I'm currently in the prereqs for the program, so I still have to get into a program, and who knows, maybe I won't. I'm about to find a different plan for my life, but we'll see. Number 34, when I was in high school, I almost got my mom in like a lot of trouble with my school because I kept missing class. I never like skipped class and didn't tell her. I would tell her like, hey, I don't want to be at school, can I leave? And she'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Or I don't want to come to school today. She'd be like, okay, you can help me like clean the house. I got really good grades, so she never really like worried about it. But once I got the letter from my school saying like, hey, you could go to jail if you don't make your kid go to school, she was like, you need to go to school. And I was like, damn. Number 35, speaking of high school, I met my current boyfriend my senior year, his junior year. And when we started talking again 6 years later, he had no idea that we knew each other in high school. Feels good, man. I was devastated. Not really. I've gotten a lot cuter. I didn't blame him. Number 36, I have never had a commute longer than 15 minutes in my whole entire life, so I'm really, really lucky, and that probably will not be the case forever, obviously. Now my commute is super short. It's 0 minutes. I work from home. Number 37, I have lived in Southern California my whole entire life, and I would like to change that someday, but I'm not really sure. I'm super close with my family. My boyfriend's super close with his family, so we don't really want to live far from them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with jobs, careers, life, all that good stuff. Number 38, when I was in high school, I used to be so stressed all the time about not knowing like exactly what I wanted to do with my life, like to the point where I was like hysterical. My mom would have to like calm me down and be like, you don't have to have it all figured out, you're 16. But it was really, really stressful for me, and I hated it. I seriously was researching careers like constantly, just like, what do I want to do? What would I be good at? What would I not hate my life doing? Hi, 16-year-old Alyssa, you still don't know. We'll see. Number 39, both of the times I've gone under anesthesia as an adult. I don't count my tonsillectomy when I was a child because I don't remember, obviously. But both the times I've been under anesthesia as an adult was wisdom teeth, and I got an endoscopy. Both those times, I woke up in the middle of the procedure, so that is terrifying to me. The wisdom teeth wasn't as scary as the endoscopy, but I need to get another endoscopy, and I'm really not excited about it because I don't want that to happen again. But I don't know if any of you guys have that same thing where you like wake up in the middle of things that you're not supposed to be awake for, but is that just me? It's not good. Number 40, I used to have a Jeep Wrangler, and the day I got it, I almost flipped it. Almost is the key word. I didn't. It's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, that was scary. But I had so much fun with that car, and I miss it all the time. Number 41, my first real job, like prior to, other than babysitting and nannying and things like that, was I was a pool monitor, aka fun ruiner, at a local like country club type thing, and so basically I was like a lifeguard but less cool. But also that was where I met my first boyfriend. And that brings me to number 50 or 42. I had my first kiss at 17 years old. Kind of old, but that's okay. It was totally fine. And it was not like what people always say, like, oh my god, my first kiss was horrible. Like, no, it was fine. It was like the second first kiss that I had that was absolutely awful. Number 43, my number one place to visit on my bucket list is Croatia. It is basically like Italy, but cheaper and like less touristy, and it's gorgeous, and I really want to go there someday, so fingers crossed. Number 44, I have a matching, more like coordinating tattoo with my best friend, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect. It sums up our friendship pretty well, and I didn't really hesitate getting that with her because we've been friends forever. And you know when you're like so close with someone that they know way too much and they will never be able to not be your friend? That's how we are. But I would probably never ever get a tattoo with a significant other. Which my boyfriend at the time when I was with her was very upset about that I would not get a tattoo with him, but I got one with her. See how that worked out. Number 45, when I'm like really mad, I clean my room. So when my room's messy, it's really a good thing. It means I'm happy. But number 46, sometimes I just get like this wild hair to like throw everything away and just like declutter, and I have no attachment to like hardly anything. I have like maybe one little box of like memorabilia from like the Dierks Bentley pick. I have that and things like that. But other than that, no hesitation to throw away everything. I can do that again, actually. Number 47, this one gets a little heavier. When I was like 18, I was super naive and just not as strong of a person as I am now, and that attracted someone into my life who really took advantage of that, and it led to an abusive relationship, which I'm actually like kind of grateful I went through. Obviously no one really needs to go through that kind of thing, but it did make me into like a strong-willed human being that will never take that kind of treatment from anyone ever again. So it's kind of, everything happens for a reason. Number 48, after that relationship, I had horrible nightmares for a really long time. And like the kind of nightmares where you wake up and like you have prints from your fingernails in your hands, like it was bad. Very happy to report that I hardly ever have nightmares anymore, so that's really good. Number 49, I went to one party in high school. I think my parents still have no idea to this day that I even went, but I was completely terrified the entire time that my parents were going to find out. I literally just like stood there and like watched and did not participate in any sort of tomfoolery that was occurring. And I was pretty traumatized, and I wanted to get out of there as soon as physically possible. So, not a partier in high school. What was my 50 gonna be? So number 50, I apparently just can't think of one because I'm an incredibly uninteresting human being. So number 50 is I'm an incredibly uninteresting human being. So I hope you liked this video. I literally just sat here for like 8 minutes trying to figure out what to make number 50. I'll probably think of like 12 things after this video ends, but I hope you guys like this video. I know I have a lot of new subscribers lately, and I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to kind of get to know me a little bit more. If you ever have any questions about anything, head over to my Instagram. That's definitely the easiest way to get a hold of me. So definitely message me there, and I always try and respond to you guys, but just keep in mind I do get a lot of DMs, so try and be a little patient, but I do try and get to each and every one of you. Sometimes the comments down below get a little lost, and the DMs are just easier for me to keep up with, so message me there, and definitely keep an eye out for the cash envelope stuffing video this weekend, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye! Number 13, why is he screaming? This is far less comfortable than I was hoping it would be. Ugh. Ugh. Why? Can you please stop screaming? I'm trying to film. Film. He's screaming like a little girl. People are gonna think I'm murdering a little girl. Let's check Instagram. I'm really struggling to think of number 50. Is my... Make it an interesting one for number 50. Oh my God, 7 minutes? Oh.